Already out of round one title contention, one team hopes to swoop in on another major upset, while the other looks to hold down home court and buff up. Down to the final week of the regular season, Mid-Pacific and Punahou on Spectrum OC 16. And as the sun sets on the final day of September, two teams look to rise up when it matters most. With the second round looming, every win matters. And from historic Hemeter Fieldhouse, it's two teams hoping to build momentum with the tournament looming. Welcome to the ILH on Spectrum OC 16, a couple of 4-win teams ready to battle. It's 4-6 Mid-Pacific set to take on the 4-5 Buff and Blue of Punahou. As it sits right now, Iolani has a 2-1 lead in a match against Kamehameha. Iolani atop the standings, round one champs already. Off they go to the state tournament. Everything's pretty much about seeding right now, which includes the 3 and 4 teams here in this division. Punahou and Mid-Pacific. Punahou swept in round one. Owls 1 and 5 round two, which makes this the rubber match. Great to have you with us. Felipe Ojastro, Jordan Helly, Jimmy Bender's coming up in just a second. Convincing win for Punahou the first time they met. Then on the same day, they took a flight to Durango, lost in 5 sets to Mid-Pacific. Every win, as we mentioned, matters, particularly here for an Owl squad that's taken some good wins on some good teams this year.
Yeah, they really have, and you saw them build at the end of last season, right? They've carried a bit of that momentum here with Coach Bain, and so I think this is a really intriguing matchup because, 3 versus 4 seed could make a difference as you try to play your way into the state tournament once we get to that ILH second round.
And teams are turning up the volume on their star players, which includes Kansas' Tuisa Matatele here on the offensive side for the Owls of Mid-Pacific. Here she comes from a basketball background, played a little bit of that a couple of years ago, then came back to play volleyball. Such a great all-around talent here for David Bain's group.
Yeah, Tuisa Matatele can really do it all, and she is back on that volleyball court. And I think you've seen from the beginning of the season, right, a bona fide outside that they can go to that helps carry the offense at times. When you're out of system, you can put it up high to her, and she has really, really made her impact.
Meantime, on the opposite side for Punahou, picked up some good wins, which included a 5-set winner over Kamehameha earlier this year. And a large part of their success this year has become of their leadership and their cohesiveness. And that glue is Kealoha Cox.
She really has been, and she's been at it for a number of years now on the varsity, right? A first-team ILH selection a year ago. She's another one, I think, that just brings a lot of stability when they're out there on the court. When things go wrong, they can put it out to her. And Kealoha Cox, again, I think, looking for her to step up big tonight.
Whether it's softball, whether it's volleyball, she turns it up to 100. Will she do it here tonight with 3 more matches here to go in the regular season? Always turned up to 100 is Jimmy Bender with the New City Nissan Court Report.
Yeah, and so are these young kids, the K-5 that are in the house tonight. There's a lot of excitement in here. The coaches a little bit older than those young kids, but they've got some wisdom and some ideas on how to win it tonight. On the Mid-Pacific side, David Bain saying it's going to be about energy. He said, we know we can beat Punahou. We've done it before, but to beat them on their home court, we are going to have a ton of energy tonight. Meanwhile, on the Punahou side, Tita Ahuna saying the main thing for her is this team playing together. She said, we've got the pieces. We know that. They've got to come together, and they have to do it consistently throughout the night to get this win. Guys, I'll send it back to you.
And they've given out dozens and dozens of pom-poms in support of the Punahou Buff and Blue as they look to pick up win number 5 and snap a 4-game losing streak. The football team in the house as well. Excited for this one. It's the Owls and the Buff and Blue. First service next on OC 16. Mid-Pacific, in both of their wins in the last 3 meetings, went to 5 sets. One in the regular season this year, and then last year in the double elim second round tournament, are essentially knocking Punahou out of state tournament berth contention. Of course, Kamehameha and Iolani ended up winning those 2 berths, where Kamehameha ended up winning the whole thing, their 25th state title. The great Chris Blake, his 13th title with the program. And right now, those 2 are duking it out in set 4 after Iolani has won sets 2 and 3, and they lead the match 2-1. Here between the Owls and the Buff and Blue, let's swing in the zippy starting lineups here first for the visiting Owls, who come in here with 4 wins on the season and 6 losses. You see Kansas Tuisa Montatella in that group. Destiny Look, great multi-sport athlete on the track, on the pitch, on the court. Maya Hu, very exceptional defensive specialist and server too. Then Clarin Okuno, Tati Taylor, the middle blocker. Turned it on a 10th grader in that season opener against Kamehameha. Milan Scanlon in that group too, with Mia Furoyama. On the opposite side, Shrew Takemoto's in all ILH selection last year. Kayla Cox, multi-sport athlete. Evelyn Kelisi, maybe the most fired up player they're going to find on this team. Zoe Keeney, along with Puasoole, McKenna Mello, and Cameron Shigemasa. Hard to believe now in their senior year here. Student section here. Majority of them football guys. And the theme, construction wear. Got the best out. Bring your hard hats, because the way that these girls have been swinging it, watch out. You might get caught in the danger zone. We're gonna hand out an Impact Player plaque later today, courtesy of Mike's Engraving and Trophies, the official trophy provider for Spectrum OC16 Sports. For all your special achievements, call Ryan. Mike's Engraving and Trophies. He's located in Aiea. As we mentioned in game 1, and Jimmy mentioned at the top of this broadcast, right? The kindergartners through the 5th graders were invited, and they were given those pom-poms too. It's also kind of a pizza night for them. There were more of them, but a good amount of them had to leave because it's past their bedtime. Understandably so. But the Let's Go puns, look at that girl. She's into it. All the pride and the tradition here, Mid-Pacific. 2 years ago, won a state title with David Bain. The last 2 years, been at this Division I level. They've kind of been ping-ponging back and forth in divisions. But they have proven that they can play with some of the best. David Bain now in season number 3. He's one of the great coaches you're going to find here in terms of just practicability, a great tactician too, good strategy, surrounding himself with the right staff, and a young team of just 3 seniors. A good amount of returnees, and Tati Taylor, as you mentioned, good middle blocker. Could see more of her these next few years. There's Maya Hu in that group. Meanwhile, Kayla Cox, it feels like she's been on this team forever.
that it has. 4-year varsity player, right? We've seen her on the softball diamond and just excelling in multiple sports. It's been the steadying presence here.
Mello gets us going here in the best of 5. This is chased down by Scanlon, and Tuisa Montatella takes a rip. It's dug up there by Shigemasa. Cox goes long. Flirted with that white line. You see some of the firepower here from Kayla Cox. You know, it was Mello who's behind the line. She thought it was a point. She's standing as if she's going to serve. Punahou doesn't realize that it's a point here for the Owls.
Yeah, everybody on the Punahou side on the floor thought either that was in or they got a touch, but neither. First point the way of the Owls.
Handled there by Takemoto. Jump set, back out. That's down.
No doubt on that one. Felt pretty good on her first swing, so they went right back to her.
If you put a tracer on Kayla Cox, she'll cover a lot of the court on that side. One of the most dynamic players in the state. Puts it back in play. Feeds here for Taylor. Kayla Cox is there. The set goes outside for Takemoto. Overpass Takemoto. She is true.
No breaks in this Punahou rotation, right? You get Cox, and then when she circles to the back row, out comes True Takemoto. Some mustard on the first one, got it right back.
Senior-heavy team for fifth-year head coach Tita Ohuna. Talked about the cohesiveness and willing to play together and just kind of the patience that this team has to have because they're going to go through some battles. And boy, have they. Taylor on a step-out push. Gets it out. 3 straight here for the Buff and Blue.
Just a little off on the timing between Taylor and her setter Scanlon there. You see a lot of really good middles in this match.
Cox puts it back in play, right to who? Luisa Matatelli, yes ma'am.
You're going to see a slew of really good left-sided hitters as well. Luisa Matatelli. When in doubt, just put it high out there. Big smile after the fact.
Milan Scanlon steps behind the line.
All the way, but good stop, right?
Scanlon's invested so much of her varsity time here, 3 seasons in total. The pass from Takemoto, the set goes middle. That one blocked at the net here by Saole, and then Takemoto takes one on the shoulder as that one goes down.
It's a big block up front with Luisa Matatelli and Taylor.
Mello outside, Takemoto through the block. Picked up there by Okuno. Luisa Matatelli tied at the net now. Mello back out, Takemoto double block and got off the bicep of Luisa Matatelli.
Big time swing from Takemoto. Turning it on the angle and kind of handcuffing Luisa Matatelli there. A little back and forth to start. And as anticipated.
So only subbed to the service line, then subbed out by Aaron Lee. Really good passer this year too. Just kind of pokes that one across. Scanlon sets it. Taylor knocks it home. Her future is so bright.
Really is just a sophomore. Every time you watch her, more and more comfortable out there. Big swing.
Here's Luisa Matatelli. Comes from good volleyball stock. Her sister played at Kapolei. She brings that fiery, competitive attitude that every team likes to have. Khaleesi out. Wong in. Coming off a sweep loss to Iolani. And they're just happy to be back in their home gym. They played the last 3 matches on the road. They close out the final 3 here at Hemeter. Scanlon jumps in. Taylor gets blocked at the net there by Zoe Kinney. Then a swing on the outside here for Cuban. Reeled in there. Takemoto. Oh, the changeup. Always excellent here for True Takemoto.
Yeah, Takemoto read her first 4 swings. Went with the fastball and then great feel for it. Just a little touch over already with 3 kills.
I was hitting 222 right now. Buff and Blue hitting 375. Taylor chased down there by Wong. And on we go. Scanlon over Taylor. Goes right to Cuban. Takemoto the runner. Got it off a block. Kept alive there by Scanlon. Then Furuyama. Back outside Cuban. Arced it across. Diving on the ground is Kaloha Cox. Outside for Takemoto. Through that block. Scanlon has to come over the top there for Cuban to go line to push it right left.
Both of these teams pride themselves so much defensively, right, Taylor? What a rip, and that's Cox in the back row, by the way, with that first contact and then an excellent hustle by Wong to go chase it down. Expect to see quite a few of those lengthy rallies. Both teams good at the net with good size as well. They'll get a lot of touches. And then some excellent back row players.
Now, these teams met last 2 weeks ago, exactly 2 weeks to the day, but Punahou had to catch a flight to go to the Durango tournament. On that trip, too, was Kamehameha. The Hawaii team performed fairly well on that trip. Taylor comes out. Manai Twer comes in.
Yeah, that's quite the travel day. 5-setter, and then you got to go catch a flight.
That's why a lot of the underclassmen playing that 5-set loss to Mid-Pacific. Takemoto handled there by Tuisa Matatele. Cuban. It's out. Hitting errors have been the clipped wings, if you will, here of the Owls. Unable to take some significant flight. They're hitting 0-0 right now. Takemoto, big rip at it. Cuban chased down there by Scanlon. Then hit up there by chased down by Shigemasa. Cox the swing. Right there by Tuisa Matatele. Cuban cross court. Here's Kaloa Cox at the net. Keeney tries to get it and denied. Destiny look shoved it right back.
Great look at it here. Looks so athletic, right? I mean, just a national caliber track athlete. We've seen her help lead Mid-Pacific to Division II state soccer championship game this past season. I mentioned a lot of really good middles with Keeney out there as well. It's 6'2", sophomore.
Keeney, that one tipped over. Furuyama got the dig. That tip there from Look is good. This sport, one of her loves. Volleyball on the court. And with her success, I mean, she's building up quite a resume, maybe for a Hall of Honor induction. Up and over. Oh my goodness, get out of here, Mello. Saw it the entire way, what a play.
And McKenna Mello, right, so well adept at spreading the ball around. She's got so many talented hitters, and then that lefty, right? She goes up. Such an advantage at times. Santi would be proud.
Shigemasa got it across again. Look, dug up Shigemasa, overpass Furuyama. Scanlon out to Tuisa Matatele. Reeled in there by Wong. Here comes a runner for Cox. Her second.
She's been doing it all so far. 6 digs for Kaloha Cox already. 17 points in. Now a couple of kills as well.
Handled there through the block by Wong. Cox arising, and that one pushed wide left. Just trying to push that one through. She might play flag football this year too.
Why not?
And it's gonna be interesting to see, you know, what she kind of chooses with softball and flag football. Punahou having a pretty good flag football season too. Kaloha Cox off the touch, fished in there by Hu. Scanlon goes outside for Tuisa Matatele, dug up by Takemoto. Shigemasa for Cox. It's out.
Three hitting errors through the first 7 swings so far for Cox. She brings so much value. I mentioned the 6 digs already as well.
Overpass put down by Tuisa Matatele.
Just put on a platter for Kansas here.
Okuno puts it back in play. Mello, middle, Kaloha Cox. 3 for her.
Really hasn't taken any bad swings, although back to even, if you will. 3rd kill to go along with 3 hitting errors. Doesn't have that feel to it, though. She has been in rhythm. Swings Punahou back ahead.
They're all hitting 150 right now. The Pacific hitting 091. You know, outdigging the Owls too, +5 in that department. Oh, look, that one tippy-toed the top of the tape, then fished out of it by Mello, hit over there by Felici. Look, she is springy.
That she is. I mean, just how quick she gets up and how high she gets at that, right? We really saw her last season have to step up, right? There were some injuries late in the year when they went on that little run in the ILH double elimination portion.
Felici goes out. And looky here. They called a touch. I always thought they had scored a point on that. We thought they had a touch in the first point. Didn't get that one. Forces it off a touch here. It's 12-11. Tuisa Matatelli got to chase it down. It's out, and the Buff and Blue are first to 13. Punahou halfway to a set one win. Buff and Blue up 2, first frame. Take all the great OC16 action with you on the go with the Spectrum News app. All the latest local sports, news, and weather that matter most to you. Download it now wherever you get your apps. We see the father here, Kayla Cox, who, speaking to him earlier, I was joking around. He was standing with the 2 other guys as big as him. He's like one of the nicest people you can meet. I'm like, oh, this must be the Hama section. And then the other 3 guys pointed to him and said, oh, yeah, he's the leader. I'm like, I knew it. I just knew it. Former Bo.
Love the shirt.
And the production here from Kayla Cox. 3 kills here so far. Tuisa Matatelli, yes. It's her 3rd.
She'll equal that. They go right to her coming out of the timeout. Scanlon having a tight rope near the net. Gets her a pretty good ball there in a tight situation.
In the middle, denied that the net was Saole. Hit over by Takemoto to Tuisa Matatelli. Scanlon goes to Taylor, tries to dump it. Tied at the net, Mello. Takemoto, she's worth. Clark. Off the outside part of that double block, turns it back and rejects it. Her and Taylor go up. Clark's instincts as good as any as you're going to find in a green uniform on that side of the net. 13 up. Back set. Felici stabbed up by Furuyama. Kept alive here. Shigemasa. Felici. She's blocked. Good recovery there by Cox. Then Takemoto jam. That's a 3rd block here from this front line. Takemoto, 4th attempt is good.
Oh, and that'll draw a big smile and applause from Coach Bain. I mean, they made that about as difficult as could be with Clark and Taylor up top. Just putting up wall after wall after wall. Give Takemoto credit, sticking with it. Able to use some of that strength.
That's an ace. Just when Pacific battles back, Punahou. And it creates more separation. Here's Aaron Lee. Goes into the net. A student section parent led a Yeah You Buff and Blue chant. The football boys joined in on such a chant. The serve went into the net. The student parents getting some friendly grief now. I don't know if you're going to hear that chant again. Here's Tuisa Matatelli. Kayla Cox in the back row. Mello, jump set. Takemoto. Good stabbing, one-handed dig there. Furuyama. Cuban goes out. Man, Mia Furuyama. We talked about this match 1 of the 2025 season. As good a libero as you're going to find here in the state.
Right, planning to follow her sister on the way to Rice, taking over for Mari this year as kind of the primary libero. Just puts everything up.
Toriyama flying through Tuisa Matatele. Shigemasa, what a dig, but it goes over and out.
Tuisa Matatele flying out of the back row. This is big time stuff right here. She is such a versatile weapon.
A couple years ago, was over at Marino School. Popped up. And that dropped off there by Kayla Cox. Punahou got to the state final 2 years ago with a very good, talented team. Missed out on the big dance last year. But always the calm Tita Ohuna, the Hawaii Sports Hall of Famer, 2021. So that, all we got to do is just if we sweep the tournament, we're in good position. Want to peak at that time. Scanlon gets outside for Cuban off the block. Keeney was there. How about Zoe Keeney? Keeney working video and on video, able to deny this.
Yeah, she's turning into a big-time prospect. Had a lot of club success, been in that USA volleyball pipeline.
And serve goes out. 16-18. We see Tita Ohuna. With her birthday coming up, by the way, in just a few days. So happy early birthday. Some of her friends actually came to watch this match. And that's where they've showered her a lot of love, and deservingly so. No love there.
That'll get Coach Tita up and off the bench. Applauding the effort of her group, and this is big time.
Number 16 on OC 16. That's a 19-16 lead now. Toriyama stepping out there is, look, that one just poked long. 20-16. Creating more separation. Remember, they swept the first time that they met. This is the largest lead of the set. Here for the Buff and Blue. Shigemasa. Toriyama. Scanlon. Look. Yes. Look, you'll see everything kind of in the bag of tricks here for Destiny. Look, she'll go hard angle, she'll go line, she'll go cross. She'll slice, she'll fly tip, she'll push, she'll get you over on two. It's made her so versatile and hard to kind of prepare for. It's a crazy athleticism. Kayla Cox through the middle.
Just powering that one. Third team All Hawaii a year ago. She really turned into one of the premier hitters in the state.
Here's Mello. Oh, the pass shanked a little bit. Got to be chased down by Hu. Free chance. The lead is 4. Cox makes it 5.
Last couple swings, they've been giving her that line, and she has taken full advantage.
Timeout, Mid-Pacific. That energy, that fire in her eyes, she has it all. Kayla Cox, 7 first set kills and a 5-point Punahou lead. Coming up on Thursday, going to be a fun one. Kapolei Mililani, it's a Trojan senior night. 2 of the best in the West ready to tangle. What complicates things, though, Campbell beat Mililani in 5 last week. And so the 1, 2, and 3 could be up for grabs in the West Division. All 6 of those West teams made the playoffs. And we'll see you on Thursday. In the home of the Fighting Vintons. 22-17, this ball goes long. 18-7-22. No, Mid-Pacific, you just never seem to have firm control over a group like that. They always find a way to get back into it, and now they're looking for a big run.
Always just kind of hang around, right? And I think so much of that, obviously the ace there is huge from Furuyama. And so much of it is that defense, right? They just keep points alive. The block is really, really good. They were able to frustrate opponents at times and steal some of these sets, and looking to make a run here.
Furuyama gets it across. Melo chased it down. Cox into the block. Kept alive by Takemoto. Cox fades back and fires. That one off the touch of Scanlon near the net. Saved by Furuyama. Tuisa Matatelli. What a scramble play from the Owls. Outstanding.
Incredible in transition here. Taylor got another touch on that latest swing. And then she and Furuyama communicating, getting out of the way. Furuyama, the one-handed stab, put it up in a perfect spot for Tuisa Matatelli.
Oh, every point precious when you get this late into a set. That ball goes long. (23-20). Aloha Cox, 7 kills, it's 267. She has 8 digs already. She almost double-doubled in the first set. Picked up there by Hu. Tuisa Matatelli rips at it, gets it down.
She's got a half dozen in this first set. A little piece of the block on the way and still found the corner.
Melo outside, Khaleesi picked up there by Scanlon and underhanded over by Okuno. Big point here, outside, Takemoto. She's roofed, Clark again. Timeout, Punahou.
Clark with a pair of blocks here in the frame already. Kind of the unsung member of that front line, right? We talk so much about Taylor and Look in the middle. Tuisa Matatelli and her all-around play. But Clark, especially defensively, has loomed very large and maybe a little overlooked, but boy, she has come up big. The Owls in that 5-1 scoring run have made this quite tight here at the end.
David Bain still remembers that 2023 thriller to win the HHSA championship at the Cannon Activity Center in Division II against University Laboratory. Then made the jump up. Signature win last year, as you mentioned, knocking out Punahou in the double elimination tournament format, essentially ending Punahou's run at a state berth. That window catapulted a program and sent their confidence levels through the roof. And into this season, kind of hung tough in the close sets against Kamehameha. Even though they were swept, the final result doesn't really indicate of how actually close it was. Then more confidence was built when they knocked off Punahou. After starting out this season 1-4, they've won 3 of their next 5. And here they are and situated in a spot where, you know, if you just get the right route, you might find a way to backdoor your way into the state tournament, which would be massive here for the Owls.
I think we've seen that, right, with any of these 4 in Division I. Obviously, Iolani has been the class, but on any given day, the margin between these teams is razor thin.
Cox dug up there by Furuyama. Tuisa Matatelli's roofed. It's Saole. What a rejection.
And what a moment for Saole to really her first major involvement of the set, right? She had a couple of swings, but not any real clean looks on the attack. But that time a massive, massive block.
Tuisa Matatelli popped up there by Cox. Try to be dumped down. It is by Clark.
Clark just always in the right spot.
They're jamming at this just in front of Khaleesi, who's a little late to try and challenge, but a good effort nonetheless. (23 serving 24). Punahou saying one pass. That's all they need. Mello outside. Khaleesi. Scanlon overpass. Khaleesi. It's out. And the set goes on to Deuce. They got the football guys to rise here. You see him in the background, right side of your screen. Khaleesi gets it down. Zoe Keeney came very close to going over the center line.
Great bounce back by Khaleesi, right? Another one of those flag football stars. She wasn't going to miss twice in a row. Another set point coming for Punahou.
Here's Wong. Outside, Cuban. Blocked. It's Mello. And my buff and blue takes that one. Mello, 12 assists there. Helps it on the block. Escapes the Owls, trying to swoop in on a set one upset. And the home, here the buff and blue. Home team up 1-0. Well, Kealoha Cox put in some work. True Takemoto as well. They've combined for 11 kills. True Takemoto been flying all over the floor here tonight too, especially in the back row. She had 14 attacks, but the bread and butter here with Kealoha Cox with 250, almost had a double-double in set one. 7 kills, 9 digs, everything in the bag here. The Jack in the Box set one stats.
Hey, look at it, right? Those defensive numbers really stand out. 17 digs apiece in the set, 3 blocks apiece, and so many more touches at the net for both of these two teams. And I think a big part of why those kill percentages are showing up the way that they are. You can see the number of attempts through that first set. Pretty even, really, across the board, and reflected in the score, right? 26-24. We go a little extras here in that first set. Shaping up to be another tight one between these two.
Iolani and Kamehameha, by the way, in the middle of set number 5, in which 2 of the previous 4 sets went to extras. Iolani was up 2-1. Kamehameha battles back from about a 3-point hole in the late stages of set 4. Won at 28-26. So now in set 5, it's 11-11 between those two. And keep in mind, for everyone at home, Iolani has remained undefeated and looking every bit of a team that could win the state championship this year. But much like it was last year, Kamehameha lost, 5 of the 6 regular season meetings, then won the 7th meeting for the state title. So
it's a lot of meetings.
Yes.
But it just goes to show, right, year in and year out, the ILH is as competitive as you could ever hope for. And really, any of these teams could sneak into that second berth, if you will, and I'm sure you'll tell us, right, if you're one of those 2 ILH teams in the tournament, very likely to meet in the final.
Twert digs that one up, and the swing there for Cuban is off. Fox tries to tip that one. It's kind of shanked up in the air, then kind of back fisted up by Twert to get the ball right back across. Mello outside. Khaleesi chose violence. Oh, man.
She missed that swing that would have won him the opening set. And since then, she has attacked with even more fervor.
I saw her truck over people during flag football season. That is a tough, tough talent. Net called buff and blue. This one's against Khaleesi. So he went up and got the forearms there. Yep, good call. Delisi, that one pulled long.
Didn't quite get on top of that one.
A number of those shots just kind of zip by. Here from Kilisi. Handled there by Takemoto. Now the tip from the middle for Saole.
Big smile after her first kill. She had that crucial block. At 24 all in the first set.
And Lee throws a dart back across. Cuban with the antenna. Kind of mishit there. Cuban trying to find her rhythm right now. I mean, she's taken 14 attacks and 6 errors and only has 1 kill to show for it. But the good thing about her, she's still staying aggressive and still trying to affect the game in other ways by passing and just her presence at the front row. That one twirled around by Scanlon. Joust at the net. Scanlon with the net. Mid-Pacific did. It was Scanlon. She knew it too. Yep. That's a wrist over the top.
Good call there. She kind of looked over at Coach Bain on the bench, right, with a little wry smile. No complaints on their end.
Sometimes, though, if you're a teammate and you sell it, you cheer as if it's a point, maybe you can win something. That time she did not. Tuisa Matatele. Oh, my goodness. Watch out, Takemoto. Took it off the carom of Lee. And Kansas kills another one.
7 now for her. A few of them have come out of the back row. That is just coming on a fireball.
Mid-Pacific has a matchup against Iolani coming up on Saturday. Keeney. It is out. Heads up, 7-up. Look out below. Just sailed past the white line, 4-up. Middle, Keeney tries to atone, diving there in the back row. For the Owls was Okuno, then finally touched the cross. Shigemasa, Melo, Takemoto, her first swing. Saved there by Hu, chased down by Furuyama. Keeney blocks that one, Scanlon outside Tuisa. Matatele goes out. Kansas wanted a touch, didn't get it.
Tried to sweep that one toward the block. Set came to her a little low, really couldn't get loaded up on a prime attack there. A little bit of a missed opportunity for the Owls.
Punahou has Kamehameha and University Laboratory in their final 2 matches of the regular season. Out there for Tuisa Matatele, that goes out. She wanted a touch on that. Oh, maybe. Oh. With the pinky here?
Might have.
Yeah,
I think it did.
Get it. Ah. It's a great job by our crew in the truck to find that. Ended up being a point, though, here for Punahou. In the middle, the tip there for Look. Kept alive by Wong initially, then hit over by Takemoto. Scanlon outside. Tuisa Matatele through the block, dive in there, Takemoto. Mellow back set. Cox had to hesitate a second, then finally slapped it across. In the middle, Look.
She just gets up so quickly above the block. A luxury to have, right, if you're Scanlon. Gonna bring Furuyama back in to serve. Taylor back into the front row.
Some housekeeping here in this delay. 5 serving 6. Takemoto's pass, good one right back to her. Through that block, Furuyama picked it up. Over Taylor for Tuisa Matatele. It's so hard to account for Taylor because of how deadly she can be from the middle. Then popping through is Tuisa Matatele to crush another. It's her 8th.
Yeah, such a nice compliment, right, those two. You got to respect the quick one to Taylor in the middle. And opens things up out wide.
Takemoto off the block and out. Off of Taylor and Scanlon. Takemoto taking a lot of swings here.
Yeah, she has gotten to know that Mid-Pacific block quite well.
Her and Kayla Cox have combined for 37 of the 55. Punahou attacks. Scanlon, step out, Taylor. Oh, Taylor. Yeah, they try to run that against Kamehameha. Kamehameha sniffed it out. Taylor finds the crease of that block. Tucks it away.
Block just a little late getting there. Taylor able to take advantage.
Overpass. Taylor, Keeney blocked it. And a layup, what a save there for Furuyama, but it goes out. Okuno just kept it alive enough.
It starts off with just a terrific block by Keeney. And the effort by Okuno, and then Furuyama nearly able to steer it in.
Taylor picked up there by Shigemasa. Jump set to Cox through the block. It's good. Hard to believe already. 16 points in. That's her first kill of the set.
Did quite the first set.
7 in that frame.
20 swings for her already, too. Just getting stronger.
Shigemasa almost gets an ace, but it's picked up there well by Scanlon. Tuisa Matatere, straight up dunk. It's almost unfair.
Just put it out there for her. Furuyama nowhere to send that one for the alley-oop.
Never shared a cup of coffee in a basketball life a couple years ago. Kansas family, big Kansas City Chiefs fan. That's what inspired her name. Here for the Owls, just trying to keep pace again. They took the first set to extra points.
I must have been happy over the weekend. Big win for the Chiefs.
Yeah. One banged it over the top, knocked off the Ravens, and there's Taylor to put that down.
Both teams are with so many weapons. Get a good pass on the serve receive, and Scanlon able to run that back one right there, and Taylor is getting stronger herself over the last couple of years.
9 serving 10. Getting across is Anai Twir. Felici hits that one long. Just generates so much power. And her energy just non-stop on the floor.
It really is. You can tell a little frustrated after that outswing, but so good, right? Your positive energy, usually relentless.
There's Cox. 11-10, much like how it was here in set number 1.
Love how Cox will mix up her speeds, right? We know the kind of power she possesses. Just tooling the block a little.
Oh, the pass shanked a little bit. Good job from Scanlon to fish it out of the net. Then runs into Cuban, and enough here for Saole to take advantage of the whole right side of the floor.
Mid-Pacific a little tangled up and in transition, unable to recover. Melo sensing that, goes quick to Saole, take advantage. Yeah, water polo background as well. Put a little water polo in her pass at Punahou.
Either Punahou or Kamehameha that wins a title every single year here when it comes to state championships. They're able to take that title back. Melo outside. Felici jams it through, and Punahou's first to 13. Looks like it was in set 1, Buff and Blue. Putting 2:35 in the frame and a 3-point lead here in the second set. How about this? Kamehameha on their own senior night, able to hand Iolani their first loss of the year. Kamehameha takes set 5, 15-12 over the Raiders, and so the defending state champs give Iolani their first loss. Iolani gets to 9-1 on the year. 13-10. Punahou has the lead. Aloha Cox puts it back in play. Scanlon fights it off the setup look, and look just made some out of it.
And she is very capable of doing, right? She can come at you in a multitude of ways. They get it to her in different areas as well, right out of the middle. So in rotation, she'll get it out on the pin. We saw that necessitated last year due to some injuries. Put her on the right side, excelled there.
Takemoto, yes. Gonna get back into rhythm, kill number 6 for her to go along with 3 digs.
Every time, right, it almost looks so effortless. Just so athletic, and that quick, short arm swing. Splitting the uprights there. Buff and Blue trying to follow up that first set win. First set win was big too, because the elementary kids dwindling a little bit here.
Exactly.
Bedtime.
Yeah, totally.
Little less lively.
What was your bedtime going on?
Pretty early, I think.
Overpass, Takemoto, dug up there with Luisa Matatelli. Look, goes long.
I think it was kind of just whenever my mom got tired of me.
Okay. Which was early?
This time, yeah, it was pretty early. But I'd like to see, though, next elementary themed, whatever they call it.
Yeah.
We got to get them the high vis shirts like the football guys.
Yeah, totally.
I don't know what time the Coach Kia curfew is for the football guys, though.
I think it's now. Baseball is out. Punahou's right in the thick of their ILH football league play. Well, a couple matchups with St. Louis, and already falling to Kamehameha earlier. 31-30. With Kamehameha St. Louis on Saturday for all of you on Spectrum OC16. Here's Aaron Lee. Toriyama. Scanlon. Look. Lee. Keeney. Toriyama will bump set it from the back row. Tuisa Matatelli. Lee. Kelisi. Tuisa Matatelli. Scanlon outside Cuban. Out. Working through a block, trying to find line. Not a lot of real estate. The window closing quick out there. 17 serving 11. Here's Lee. Jump set. Look. Kept it alive. Back to look. There you go.
Really wasn't a whole lot for Look to attack there. Block waiting for her, and she just opted for the quick power there. Owls needed that one, trying to stem the tide a little bit. Buff and Blue had created a bit of separation after the media timeout.
Okuno handled by Takemoto. Kini gliding through.
Gliding is right. That was smooth, perfectly timed.
It's like Kini had rollerblades or something.
Just a sophomore. She's gonna be so good. By the time her time's done.
18-12. Long goes into the net. Double elim format in the ILH tournament. I think in about a week. The OIA regular season winds down this week before JV tournament play begins the week after. That's an ace. Pacific, if they serve aggressively, that's how they got back into it against Kamehameha in week number 1.
It's kind of how they got back into it late in the first set as well, right? Forcing it to deuce.
Takemoto, good pass. Mello, Kini, yes. As textbook of a pass set spike as you can find.
That back row's so good when you got Wong, Lee, Shigemasa and company back there. Able to run their offense through the middles. And Melo very willing to keep Keeney and Saole involved.
He tries to get it there. Scanlon gets almost tangled up in the net. Thankfully, it was just the ball. In the meantime, he did collide into the fence. And Punahou's in the red zone. Teresa Matatelli. Taylor blocked by Keeney.
Keeney just sitting on that one. Taylor pulled a bit off the net. Long outstretched arms of Keeney there. Solo stuff.
The pass goes to Furuyama, who sets it for Teresa Matatelli. Off a double block, fought off there by Cox. Melo gets denied by Taylor. I'm seeing two great sophomore middles here with Tati Taylor and Zoe Keeney. And just the framework, they just look the part of D1 caliber talent.
And both underclassmen, right? It's going to keep getting better and better.
Oh, Melo calling her own number, almost put it down. Teresa Matatelli through that block. Cox. She's got 10.
I love the swing by Melo earlier in the set too, right? It is a lot of fun when she gets aggressive offensively. They get it recycled back and goes out to Cox, who knows what to do with it out there.
There's Shigemasa, the daughter of the great former Pearl City coach, Reed Shigemasa, now athletic director, also in the house. Outside. Teresa Matatelli, that one was covered by Okuno. Diving Shigemasa. Oh, and Teresa Matatelli puts it away. Heads up play here from Kansas. Saw one defender back. Shigemasa on the ground, went right after Takemoto.
Up to 10 kills now on the evening. Equaling Cox for the match high.
Oh! A point pounder here from Cox. Woo!
That'll be 11. That was off the trampoline right there.
(23-16).
She never had the ball.
David Bain asking clarification from the down official on something. 23-16. Scanlon sends it out for Cuban. Got it off a touch, met there by Shigemasa. Backside, Kelisi. Good dig there from Teresa Matatelli. Cuban rips at one. Melo flies in, and it's put down by Cox.
Give her a dozen. Really caught fire. Remember, her first 3 kills was hitting zeros. She's up to 375 now. 24 attacks, 12 digs. Just a cool double-double here, not even 2 full sets in.
Set point. Melo. Teresa Matatelli. Taylor. Scanlon just gets it over. They're going to work the middle here for Marley Nobriga. Marley says me. I got it. She takes it. And the Buffin blew up 2-0. All right, so Punahou up in the match 2-0, but I'll tell you what, Mid-Pacific's been oh so close in these momentum swinging points. Kansas Tuisa Matatele, 10 kills at 231 so far. She has 7 digs in total. She has a team high 10, but 10 of the 22 total Mid-Pacific kills, excuse me. And the digging has been off the charts for both teams here this evening. But Punahou takes set 225-16, and they lead the match 2-0.
Yeah, each team with 30-plus digs through 2 sets. Punahou with 33 after the 16 in the second frame, hitting 323, starting to really find a rhythm offensively. And a Mid-Pacific block that had a lot to say in the first set negated a little bit, and I think Punahou wearing that mid-pack block down a little bit. We'll see if the Owls can put things together here in the third. Kept it pretty tight through the first half of that second set, and then after the media timeout, Buff and Blue kind of exerted their will.
We talk about how much of a grind it is to win an ILH championship. There you see Punahou in 2021. Punahou also won the ILH title, a couple of decades further back than that, but look at McKenna Granado's year in 2014. They didn't win the ILH, but eventually won the state title that same year in 21. Big year for the group. And here for Punahou trying to equate that success this year. Here they are, a set away from a sweep. Set 3 underway. Cuban gets that call. Scanlon, good job to get out of the net. Tuisa Matatele hits it across. Melo checks everybody. Finds Khaleesi and just off the touch of Scanlon. Well, Khaleesi wanted that.
Yeah, she has been attacking with some ferocity.
Chased around, blocked there by Soler, but it's out after the look swing. 1-1.
Thing with look, right? You can take her off the net on some of those sets, and she just still finds a way.
Melo feeds it outside. There's Cox. Yes. Continuing her hot level of play. So she had 7 in the first, 5 in the second. She picks up her first here in the third, and 13 total for the senior. Let's see. Punahou team. Only equal wins here with Mid-Pacific. Scanlon tries to get it down. Takemoto sniffed it out. Melo gets it outside. Khaleesi kind of fanned at that one. Off a pop-up, Melo feeds Takemoto. Off that block, and nobody picked it up. Look went to challenge, and Takemoto just kind of finesses that one through.
7 kills on 21 swings now for Takemoto. Just 2 hitting errors as well. She spent some time on the basketball court as well. Their younger days.
And Cuban whips it out there for who? Shigemasa bumps it to Khaleesi. Popped up there by Tuisa Matatele. Cuban into the block. Play on. Cuban into that block for sure. And it's Khaleesi to shut it down.
Tried to sell the no touch, didn't matter. She gets credited the second time around. Just hanging.
That serve goes long. In case you've been keeping track, the 5th graders and the kindergartners have left because it's past their bedtime. Majority of the football guys have left too.
Yeah, we're down to maybe a handful of the youngsters. Still got the pom-poms going.
Still get all the mom and dads though. Who's going to tell them to go to sleep? Nobody. Here's Mello in the middle. Totally into the block. Shigemasa will find Takemoto. Double block went up. 4 hands over all of them. Recycled look. Oh.
Kind of that uncanny knack too, right? Of just squeezing those swings down in front of the block.
Look, sometimes jumps so high, it's like she's scanning the floor at the apex of the jump, like an eagle. She's trying to find her prey. That gets put back into the net as Keeney subs in here for the Buff and Blue. And serving specialist Aaron Lee back on here for Punahou as well. 1 ace here so far and 1 dig. Punahou won 4 of their first 5 matches of the year. That one goes out. It's had a rough go-around, the last 4, but of those 4 losses, 2 of them have been against Iolani. Of course, as we mentioned earlier, Iolani fell today in 5 to Kamehameha. Mello to Keeney.
And of course, this Punahou squad splitting with Kamehameha in their first 2 meetings. So very capable, right? You can start looking at comparable results and things like that, but this Buff and Blue squad, very capable of playing with anybody in the ILH.
Scanlon, but Taylor had a hang up. Keeney blocked it, and Scanlon tried to make something out of it. Just a dominant presence in the middle yet again for Punahou.
This is his 3rd solo block of the match already.
Teresa Matatele goes out. A net called though on the Buff and Blue. Put up on the block attempt, it's on Keeney. Not in the right forearm maybe.
Yeah, it looked like it when she tried to press that block.
And we got confirmation as Tito Ahuna was looking at the up official. The triple check. No lobby against. Scanlon, good serve, right to Shigemasa. In the middle, there's Kealoha Cox.
Nice job by Wong in that second contact. Excuse me, first contact getting it over, and Mello taking advantage. Mello with 31 assists now.
8 serving 5. Stepping out Taylor. Cross court met there by Wong. Outside, there for Cox. And just in front of Tuisa Matatele.
We've seen the full bag here, right?
Yep.
This little roll shot there from Cox. You have to respect the power that she brings. Then she gets you sitting back on the heels a little bit. She can pull the string.
And throwing some heat here for True Takemoto.
Yeah, just the second ace of the night for Punahou. Owls with a pair themselves. Serve receive's been pretty good both ways.
10-5, Takemoto. There's another hot one. Look at that back bump to Tuisa Matatele. Takemoto dug it up. Mello on 2, off of Taylor. Push for the corner. Takemoto's there. Mello outside. Net called. Mid-Pacific. It's on Taylor. Like a jet taking off. Kealoha Cox unloaded again.
And she doesn't need much runway, right?
That was, that was on the way up that time.
Down the line once again.
Six serving 11. Kind of an integrated schedule in D1 and D2 this season to give the upper half of the Division II some chance to take on Division I opponents. The bottom half against double-A opponents. Keeney with the high hands, picked up there by Tuisa Montatelli. Scanlon on 2. Excellent with the QB sneak.
Saw the opportunity, called her own number. That's one thing about the ILH, right? They are not afraid to tweak their schedule format year in and year out.
I will say, though, it's hard to keep up.
This is true.
Mello to Keeney. She gets blocked, saved by Shigemasa. Taylor goes up to challenge for the Owls, and it's Mello to win that one. Oh, Mello had a block earlier in the match.
Second team ILH last year. She's just so athletic. A lot of length for her frame as well. Really enjoy how she runs her offense. Spreading the ball around.
Oh, got the ace. Punahou's first to 13. There you see one of the legends there. The coach and his athletic director, Reed Shigemasa. And how about Cameron Shigemasa getting the ace? On Friday, it's the battle of the Darrens. Darren Johnson and the Campbell Sabres. Darren Hernandez and a couple of Hurricanes. You're cordially invited to a homecoming and senior night in Second City. Friday on Spectrum OC 16. Alvin Nagasako Sports Complex in all its glory. Holy moly. All right, kid. All right, I love the spirit. I hope your arm gets better, my guy. And I hope you're doing homework. So that's a dedicated person out there. Dedicated young man. He's a sunflower, I guess. And out there doing some work out there.
Multitasking.
13-7. Shigemasa back in play to Furuyama. Scanlon outside. There's a swing there from Baltimore's into the match for the first time. And she goes out.
And Tia Baltimore getting some run here in the third set. Saw her a bit last year as a sophomore.
Shigemasa. Oh, man, that one dropped off. Picked up there by Furuyama. Mello. Cox.
Whew. I mean, just detonating on this one. Mello puts it in a perfect spot, just a single blocker up. It's usually not going to be enough. A slow Kayla Cox down.
Lisa Montatelli handled there by Wong. Cox. Set it and forget it.
She is grooving right now. 18 kills. She's hitting .484.
Just wild.
She had 3 errors through her to match her 3 kills to start the match. Since then, 15 kills, no errors.
Mello diving to Isa Montatelli. It's Mello to get the point. And David Bain clapping it up for his team. Look at Tuisa Montatelli.
Yeah, just no quit in Kansas, right? Had to change directions. I don't know how she got a hand to that. She does so much, right? Playing all 6 rotations.
Overpass. Saole. No. Push for the back. Met there by Takemoto. Mello to Cox. Two-handed push. Met there by Scanlon. High pop up there to Furuyama. Diving through Tuisa Montatelli. Then stabbed up there by Mello. The set goes to Cox. Around the double block. Poked up there. Kept alive into the net for Clark.
Just a prolonged scramble both sides right there.
Hafalia will come in, number 2 here for Mid-Pacific, officially. 18-7 Punahou lead. Taylor.
Got it. Reed serving 18. The Pacific, again, doesn't matter how many wins you get in the regular season since everybody qualifies. All you got to do is win about 4 or 5. To win an ILH title. Into the net, just not high enough for Saole.
Yeah, well, it's going to be a tough one for her to handle.
Tito Huna talked about mental toughness, and really that's not something you can really do in practice. And staying patient has kind of been a challenge for this young group, obviously because they're teenagers. Trying to get that validation. Look, punctuates that point. The only time you can really build mental toughness is in matches like this. Look, always locked in.
Yeah, you pointed out earlier, Felipe, she just sort of hangs, levitates. 9 kills now for her.
Okay, the point right back on a serve that ended up long. Who's going to close this thing out now? McKenna Mello for this evening. 3 kills, 35 assists, and 4 digs. And a point here. So he's going to go against Milan Scanlon. On match number 1, we saw St. Andrews knock off La Pietra in 5 sets. Took a little bit more than 2 hours. Punahou looking to make quick work here tonight. This pass here from Baltimore, kind of shanked around, hit the antenna off of Hafalia.
See some substitutions here for Punahou. Marlene Oberga going to come back in after she got that kill to end the second set.
Sierra Prieto Henna into the match for the first time. Look, saved there by Prieto Henna, and then put down by Cox. Prieto Henna's 4-10 and comes up with a big play.
That was a heck of a dig by Reto Henna. Her first touch.
She got the biggest hugs.
You can see the bench quite excited for her.
This is 22 serving 10. There's a bump hit for Baltimore. Dug up there by Shigemasa. Mello outside. Blocked there. How about Baltimore? Okay, at least it took a rip at it. And Baltimore, 5'8", going over the cable and just rejecting it.
She went way up that time.
Kayla Cox. Dug up by Tuisa Matatelli. Baltimore jams it through.
She's going to be a little bit of an X factor for this group. Versatile. Gives Coach Bain the ability to change things up on that pin if things aren't going quite according to plan.
Ball's out. And all these points here and all these reps very much so matters for development and confidence moving forward. And really the real season begins next week. (23-12). Oh, look. Look out below.
Just one of the best athletes we have seen come around in a long time. You can set it to her anywhere. She can go ahead and do that. Really good midfielder during the soccer season. Of course, track, her primary sport.
This pass ends up and pushed across by Nobriga. Scanlon, look, kept alive, fought off there. Takemoto the rip, met there by Okuno. Then look the tip. Takemoto, Mello, outside Kelisi. Went one-on-one there with Tuisa Matatele. Shigemasa feeds Takemoto, turns it down the line. Still kept alive beautifully by Hu on the second contact. Cox in the back row. Outside for Takemoto. It's out. Good job from both teams scrambling around. Good rally.
Still a lot of fight both ways, particularly for the Owls. Trying to make this interesting here. The end of the third. Kind of their brand of volleyball, right? Just sound defensively, keeping plays alive.
Shanked around, Cox. Swinging as if the match started.
Not a lot of answers, though, for 16.
She's hit the 20 kill mark.
Still hitting above 470, 472 to be exact.
The match point here for Punahou. Aaron Lee. Tuisa Matatele gets blocked. Look, dug up there, overpass after Aaron Lee got it. Back to look. Keeney, the block, and the match winner for the Buff and Blue. What a force in the middle. 4 blocks here from Keeney, solo style. And the Buff and Blue sweep the Owls. 26-24, 25-16, and 14. Pretty good night if you're a Buff and Blue fan. They snap a 4-match losing streak, pick up win number 5, and they win the regular season series against the Owls. 26-24, 25-16, and 14, the final numbers here as Punahou picks up the win. Still with 2 more matches to go, which includes Kamehameha and University Laboratory. Snaps a 4-match losing streak. So here they are trying to get on the right path right now and trying to peak at the right time into the playoffs. And look like a typical Punahou team that got to the state final in 2023.
Yeah, it's a group that I think is really starting to mesh and gel and find their stride. They've got so much depth, and it's going to be fun to follow them throughout the rest of the year.
And in a crowd of noise is the Hawaii Honda-Hitters impact player for the Buff and Blue at Jimmy.
Yeah, thanks a lot, guys. They just came over all of a sudden. Here they are for their girl, Kealoha Cox. 20 kills for you tonight, 12 digs, hitting 472. Great match. Set 1, though, was pretty crazy. Talk to me after set 1. You guys really locked it in at that point. What happened?
I think we just knew like the small mistakes that we made, and it's more of like a little cleanup match instead of like dwelling on it. So it's more like a move on, keep it simple, and then just react, yeah.
It was such a big crowd and so much excitement when this all started. I know some of them left, but how much did they kind of play into you guys tonight?
Oh my God, definitely so much. Like we had the K5 kindergarteners sitting on the cross of us, and then the football boys coming and cheering us on. So definitely all the support that we can get, we'll suck the energy up and use it on the court.
What does this win, especially getting the sweep in this one, what does this do for you guys moving forward?
I think it just gives us more momentum. I don't really understand like the little rankings and stuff, but I definitely think it's going to give us more momentum because we had a hard time with them last time. Definitely gave us a good match, but I think using this to go up against like Cam and ULS, definitely a momentum booster.
Yeah, the big girls were just here. There's a couple of young ladies over here too. You want to introduce them?
This is Lily and this is Mila. Guys, say hi to the TV. Hi. These are my little cousins.
Hi. How's it?
Say hi.
Ladies, you gonna give her some love? You guys done? We got one. Kealoha, great game tonight. Congratulations. Guys, I'll send it back to you.
Hey, Puasaoli, you're a real one for coming back and supporting her. And I tell you what, Kealoha Cox put on another clinic at 472, as you mentioned. Got the double-double. 12 digs to go along with these 20 kills.
And 472 in that kind of effort is mind-boggling kind of stuff. And she did it in a plethora of ways. We saw the full complement of shots and showing why she is simply one of the best in the state right now.
As a team, Punahou at 255. They had 312 in set number 3, 322 in set number 2. Enough separation, more dominant, more separation there for the home team to get by Mid-Pacific, who still is at 4 wins, but still with a couple more matches to go. Here's the Hawaii Honda-Leaders impact player. You can peak at the right time if you're the Owls, and who else but Kansas' Tuisa Montatelli to deliver in big spots, especially that first set. 11 kills, 10 digs tonight here for this Owl.
And if Mid-Pac's going to make a run, right, if Mid-Pacific's going to go and make some noise like they did last year in the ILH second round, Tuisa Montatelli is going to be right in the middle of things, leading the way for the Owls.
The only tough thing here for the Owls, they had 11 more hitting errors than the Buff and Blue. 25 for them, 14 for Punahou. We're not done yet. We're back with the Taco Bell play of the game and post-game shows coming up too. Still a lot more to talk about here on a wild night of prep volleyball. Back in Hemeter in just a bit. Let's get to it. Ring the bell for the Taco Bell play of the game. Tuisa Montatelli. What a star. Double-double here tonight. One of her emphatic kills this evening. And then the scramble ability there from Furuyama. Some of the rallies in the ILH are some of the best you're going to find in the entire state. A good showing here from Mid-Pacific. Ultimately belonged to Punahou tonight, though.
It really did, and I think we're at that point in the season, right? Punahou looking the way they look tonight in the sweep. You got Kamehameha and that result against Iolani, and it's shaping up once again to be a little wild in the ILH come October.
And post-game shows coming up next here from Hemeter Fieldhouse. 2 ILH matchups. One went 5, the other was a sweep. Punahou wins this one in 3.
From Spectrum OC16, it's the Hawaiian Financial FCU post-game show.
Thanks for sticking around, y'all. Post-game show here from Hemeter Fieldhouse, where we double-dipped in the ILH D3 and Division 1 as well. La Pietra and St. Andrews kicked it off. I'll tell you what, La Pietra started the match so on fire. 6-1 lead in set 1, ended up winning set 1, 25-15. And the efforts from El Foster, 10 kills in total, hit 409, had 10 digs. Foster getting all the kind of love here from the Panthers, but ultimately tonight belonged to the pride of St. Andrews. Bounced back in set 2, 25-8, dropped set 3, 25-16, won set 4, 25-17 to take it to a 5th set, and they did it behind the service line. Avery Ahokovi, 9 kills to go along with 10 aces, 6 digs, 33 assists. Both of these 2 programs combined for 33 aces in a Division III duel. St. Andrews sweeps La Pietra in the regular season, keeps their round 1 D3 title hopes alive. In our nightcap, we saw the home team win in straight sets, and these are the final match stats.
Hey, look at it, right? Punahou hitting 255 for the match after kind of starting off a little slow in that first set, really turned things on in sets 2 and 3 after surviving 26-24 in that first frame. The digs off the charts both ways. And you mentioned the hitting errors, Felipe. 25, 11 more for Mid-Pacific, kind of looming large, especially as that match went along and the Buff and Blue started to get a bit more of that separation in sets 2 and 3.
Felipe Ojastro, Jordan Helly, Jimmy Bender. I think if anything taught us here tonight is that we don't know a ton about what's going to happen in this league. During the season, Punahou was swept by Iolani. Iolani fell today to Kamehameha. Punahou beat Kamehameha earlier this year, and still with 2 more matches to go. The seeding is going to be pretty much the same here if all things hold true in the next 2 outings. But by the time that second round hits, I mean, all bets are off at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it gets a little wonky with the double elimination. You heard from Kealoha Cox, right? And the whole ranking thing and all that. You just keep winning, and good things happen in the ILH. Mid-Pacific's got a win over Punahou already this season as well. So, yeah, I can't wait. It's going to be a lot of fun. And when those stakes go up, once you get to that double elimination second round, it really kind of gets down to the nitty-gritty, and we're going to see some of the best volleyball played.
JB, fun night of volleyball. What did you see?
Well, guys, when we talk about football, we talk about teams wanting to excel in all three phases of the game, right? Offense, defense, special teams. Punahou kind of did their own version of that tonight. The hitting, like Carly Simon says, nobody does it better than our impact player, Kayla Cox. Look at her out on the left side, hammering one of her 7 kills in set number 1 alone. Looking good. How about the blocking? Zoe Keeney, the solo block. She makes it look effortless. In fact, I think she's doing a TED Talk on solo blocking. That's coming up on YouTube. Look for it. She's really good at that. And when it comes to serving, McKenna Mello, final set. Give her an ace. She was serving tough tonight, and a lot of assists for her as well. So just getting it done all the way around, and that's why they were able to get that sweep tonight, guys. Punahou just looking phenomenal. I don't care about the rankings. Who cares about rankings?
What was that Carly Simon reference?
Nobody does it better. That's a song.
Oh, okay. We knew that. We all knew that.
Of course we did.
We all knew that. And what was the TED Talk reference?
Her solo blocking. She's good at it.
I got you. Yeah. Gonna mark all this down here, Jimmy.
Let me
all right,
reference.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we got to keep up. That's the thing. We have to keep up. We're gonna see more post-game show coming up next year, and more obscure references from Jimmy Bender. Hope you got more there, buddy. We wrap it up when you come back here from Hemeter in just a moment.
Welcome back to the Hawaiian Financial FCU post-game show.
Destination Mililani Thursday night. That's your programming note. We will see you for the Hurricanes and the Trojans for a Mililani girls volleyball senior night. We'll be there inside the brand new, kind of renovated, if you will, or added, I should say, cosmetically gifted Mililani gym. They added 2 new video boards. They added a light show too. So feast your eyes on a fun one here in the West Division. Shout out to Scott Wagner here at Punahou School and Hemeter Fieldhouse and everybody here at Punahou for allowing us to make house here. Time now for a little thing we like to call Match Points. One final thought from all of us, brought to you by Popeyes. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. All right, one final thought from all of us. You, sir, have the floor.
That was incredible. I don't know how to follow that up, but just looking forward to the state tournament. I think we're getting a little clearer picture, right? Kamehameha Big Island looks like the class of the BIF. You got Kinki Kalike, Kamehameha Maui kind of on a collision course. They split their first 2 meetings over in the MIL. I know Seabury Hall's pretty darn good in Division II. We're getting a clearer picture. Can't wait. State tournament's always one of the best weeks of the year when it comes to prep sports, girls volleyball.
All right, we were talking about bedtimes earlier, right? And some of the kindergartners through 5th graders had to leave early. Some of the football players left early because it is their bedtime. Well, according to sleep.com, the recommended bedtime times to go to bed here for 6 to 13 years old, 8 to 9:30 p.m. Not bad.
Okay.
For teens, 14 to 17, 9 to 10:30 p.m. And for adults, 26 to 64, 8 to 12 a.m. So kind of a wide range. So where do you fit in all of that, Jimmy?
Yeah, they always say, like, you got to get 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Not happening.
Yeah.
Not happening.
You got to wake up at 3 in the morning.
I know.
So you're going to go to sleep what time today?
I don't know, about 20 minutes from now.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Excellent.
I might sleep on my way home. I don't know.
Well, please don't do that. Yeah, don't.
Hey, I just want to mention tomorrow starts October, which means we're less than a month away from legitimately having an excuse to eat lots of candy. And I'm just wondering, what's y'all's favorite candy bar?
Candy bar?
Yeah, candy bar. What do you like to go with?
I like Twix. I'm kind of a Twix
Yeah,
guy.
Twix is pretty good. Snickers. I like a Snickers.
Classic.
Yeah.
100 grand, baby.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
100 grand in the refrigerator,
Yep.
so it's chilled. Yeah.
Our crew, by the way, for all of you watching at home, well, we have a deep, deep love for Reese's peanut butter cups.
that's right, yeah.
All shapes and sizes. Jack-o'-lanterns, Easter bunnies,
Yeah.
Christmas trees.
Okay.
Whatever specialty, we're a Reese's family out here.
I didn't know they made the Christmas tree ones.
Yes, they did. Yeah. You know when they do it?
I'm going to guess in
Christmas?
December.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
And worst candy, by the way, circus peanuts. Putting it out there.
Yeah, that's pretty
Okay.
bad.
Yeah. Don't be,
Licorice, black licorice.
yeah.
It's
Don't
horrible.
be that family on your block for Halloween. More hijinks on Thursday for girls volleyball. It'll be Mililani and Kapolei coming up for senior night. We'll see you in Millville for that one. For our entire crew, Hemeter Fieldhouse looks awesome as always. We appreciate you. Brand new floor, buffed up, brighten up the place. We'll see you next time. With Jordan Helly, Jimmy Bender, our producer Dave Vinton, our director Joe Barossa, the outstanding women and men of our OC16 crew, Felipe Ojastro. Support high school sports. So long from Hemeter. And in a crowd of noise is the Hawaii Honeydeers impact player. For the Buff and Blue at Jimmy.
Yeah, thanks a lot, guys. They just came over all of a sudden. Here they are for their girl, Kealoha Cox. 20 kills for you tonight, 12 digs, hitting 472. Great match. Set one, though, was pretty crazy. Talk to me after set one. You guys really locked it in at that point. What happened?
I think we just knew like the small mistakes that we made, and it's more of like a little cleanup match instead of like dwelling on it. So it's more like a move on, keep it simple, and then just react. Yeah.
There was such a big crowd and so much excitement when this all started. I know some of them left, but how much did they kind of play into you guys tonight?
Oh my God, definitely so much. Like we had the K5 kindergartners sitting on the cross of us, and then the football boys coming and cheering us on. So definitely all the support that we can get, we'll suck the energy up and use it on the court.
What does this win, especially getting the sweep in this one, what does this do for you guys moving forward?
I think it just gives us more momentum. I don't really understand like the little rankings and stuff, but I definitely think it's going to give us more momentum because we had a hard time with them last time. Definitely gave us a good match, but I think using this to go up against like Cam and ULS, definitely a momentum booster.
Yeah, the big girls were just here. There's a couple of young ladies over here too. You want to introduce them?
This is Lily and this is Mila. Guys, say hi to the TV. Hi. These are my little cousins.
How's it?
Say hi.
Ladies, you gonna give her some love? You guys done? We got one. Kealoha, great game tonight. Congratulations. Guys, I'll send it back to you.
Hey, Punahou, you're a real one for coming back and supporting her. And I tell you what, Kealoha Cox put on another clinic at 472, as you mentioned. Got the double-double. 12 digs to go along with these 20 kills.
And 472 in that kind of effort is mind-boggling kind of stuff. And she did it in a plethora of ways. We saw the full complement of shots and showing why she is simply one of the best in the state right now.